welcome to another video, or should I say story time. If you're new here, I'm your girl Barbie Dior, and if y'all see me looking down, I always looking at them handy dandy notes. Y'all, I want to do a story time. I'm just in a story time mood today, but I don't know what I'm gonna pour this story time, because this story time is just off the top, off the dome. It just came to me because I was watching a video. Okay, I'm gonna post, don't worry about it. I'm gonna shoot it up in the corner, but I want y'all to take a second or two and I want y'all to look at this video. Y'all watching it? Boy, you nasty. No. Okay. So for the ones that are lost and y'all don't have no idea what this man is making, I don't know if the video finished or not, I don't know how long it is. He's making a fifi, okay? And that's what this story is all about. Them home man. Yeah. Them home man. Yeah. Yeah, them mamas pee. This is what this story about. How I don't know what I'm gonna call it. Playing with his feet. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. But I want to call it Fifi. But anyway, y'all already here, so the title has been made. But anyway, if you're new here, I'm your girl Barbie Dior, and I'm so happy that you click play. Make sure you already hit that like button, comment, subscribe, do all the things, because baby, we trying to run them numbers up, okay? And if you got a hype left, go ahead and hype this video up, because baby, we trying to shoot it out to the stars, baby. I'm trying to be at least one or two of the storytellers on the hype board, okay? Hype me up for real though. Anyway, this story finna be crazy, y'all. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but let's take it all back. Now, if you're new here, I jump around when I tell my prison stories, because sometimes I've been there 2 years, sometimes I've been there 3 years. This time we're gonna say I've been there for 8 months. So I was the correctional officer, y'all, and when I tell you I was new 8 months in, trying to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing, kind of got it, but the rules keep changing like your drawers. Baby, as soon as you get one set of rule down, oh, we're not gonna do it like that. Well, we're gonna change the policy because a complaint came in. Always something, okay? So, like I had said before in another story time, the big man had came down, and when I say the big man, I'm talking about the warden, okay, the person that ran the prison. He had came in the meeting or whatever, and I'm 8 months in or whatever, and the warden, like I was saying, I get distracted so easy, y'all. But I hear some doom. I don't know if the camera can pick up, because sometimes the camera be picking stuff up, and sometimes I don't. Okay, it stopped. So either way, 8 months in, new kind of correctional officer, really learning the ropes, been there long enough to know better and all that stuff like that. Really doing my job, really the police, really running down on niggas. Okay, but either way, they gave us an order in lineup, like we need to get 5 searches, okay? 5 of them things, okay? Every unit, every day, no excuse, no matter what we going on, we need 5 searches, because we got to cut down on this contraband. Contraband is anything an inmate ain't supposed to have, like extra snacks. Like, some people ain't trip. Like, on my unit, we ain't care about no extra snacks. What we cared about is like extra clothes and all that stuff like that, because like, let's say lineup, that's when all the correction officers, everybody that work there come together at once in the morning time, and they just tell us what's going on, what happened last night. He basically comes in and tell us, hey, we got to start doing those searches because there's too much going on. So when we get to our unit, everybody go to their unit or whatever, and that's where you work at, your location you work at. And on each unit is 180 men. So most units, depending on 10 unit, had a little bit more than that, I think. But for the most part, I had to do some calculation, and baby, that calculation was not right. Okay, so on each unit is 200 total, 288 men total per unit or whatever, but each pod had 48 men in it. I had to go out because I was like, that don't sound right at all. Anyway, so as a correctional officer, there was 2 sides on each unit, so you'll be in control of one side, which is 48 times 3, and we'll put that in the bottle for the ones, and 48 times 3 is on the other side, but they are all on one unit. It's just different sides. So either way, on my particular side, the sergeant said, hey, Baker, you pick whoever you want, but he also had a list of some of the people that he wanted to search. Like, make sure if you pick the list that you want, you also include these people, okay? Because, you know, there was who's different people tell the sergeant stuff that different people tell us stuff. So if there's somebody that you know that you want to go search, he was like, go ahead and search them, but I want these people searched. So I ain't thinking nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? We're going search by search. We're on the 5th search now. Like I said, I'm 8 months in, and then there's always something new to be discovered. But I'm thinking like, okay, when I'm searching. So on room 1, let's say we just found some extra clothes. I took a few of the clothes because this man had 10 outfits. You're supposed to have 3 of everything. This man got 10 outfits. Sometimes we would have to order extra clothes if we didn't have it, but there's no need to order stuff if the people can wear your size. So we would take it. It was like crazy. Like, you got 4 pair. I wasn't tripping on no extra clothes, especially in the wintertime. Cause you get cold and them clothes were thin. If you had like extra snacks, I was not a one. The only reason why I would trip about clothes or snacks is if you were disrespectful. Like, you was a person that disrespect women and you were talking crazy, or every female that came in the pile was a bitch this, bitch that. Yeah, we finna give you a hard time. But for the most part, snacks and clothes I didn't bother with. But like stuff that you ain't supposed to have, like knives and phones and drugs and stuff like that, I'm coming to take it. That was me and my crew. We gonna take that off the unit, baby. Let me get that. So for the most part, I took the major stuff. The little petty stuff, Lord, they just trying to live and this bacon, baby, you can have them clothes, baby. You can have them clothes, but 10, come on, sir, you supposed to have 3. Come on, you overdoing it. I would take mattresses too, because a lot of people are say, you know what I'm saying, no mattress with thin, but baby boy, you in prison, baby. If you wanted a therapeutic, if you don't know what you wanted, okay, built just for your back, baby, you shouldn't have signed up to do this, okay? Because baby, I would take those extra mattresses, but like, you had to make sure, you know what I'm saying, because you riding through trying to take stuff, you got to make sure they ain't got no medical cause for it, because you trying to be cute or you trying to be mean or whatever and take that man extra medicine, he got to know you can get in trouble. So I ain't really I would always do a double check with the stars, like if I was going to take something major like a mattress or something like that. But if I knew that I know that you ain't nothing wrong with your back and you just want to live in luxury in prison, then I'm taking that. But I'm taking it. We got 50 more inmates coming in here. We gonna need that while you in there trying to pump up your body, baby. But either way, I'm searching the first room. We won't find nothing extra clothes. Baby, I ain't tripping for real. I take about 4 outfits, leave them with the rest. Baby, we ain't tripping. The second one, he had like some extra, let's say a lot of canteen or whatever. I won't tripping on that. I ain't taking like, boy, you know what you supposed to have. I always talk junk to him. Like, boy, you know what you supposed to have. I bet I know I supposed to not have that. No, like I need to be hungry, so I'll be collecting the stacks. Okay, I'm not tripping on that. The next room, I found some cigarettes. We gonna lock them up. Anytime you find something, we going through. When they get to talking while you searching, because they sit in a chair and there's an officer right there. They got them handcuffed in the back, or they should. Y'all need to watch a video where they didn't. Okay, not like they got messed up for real. But either way, after that incident, well, that incident had happened yet, but you learn quickly, like, baby, you better double check, because some of the officers working with him. So either way, we made sure that they clicked or whatever, and sometimes I would do the searches, sometimes the people that were with me would do a search, like an officer that were with me would do the search, but for the most part, I would do the searches because I wanted to find stuff and I wanted recognition. Like, you know what I'm saying? They pat you on the back like, oh yeah, she in there finding stuff. But then I went through a history where at the end of my career, I used to find too much. I used to find so much stuff. They be like, hey, chill out. I don't want to do the paperwork. And I'm thinking like, ain't that what we here for? But anyway, so regardless of the fact is, we get the searches in. Like the third room, not too much of nothing. He just had a whole bunch of toilet tissue. And so they're not supposed to have that many rolls. I'm assuming they ain't supposed to have but maybe 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? This man had 15. Baby, what you doing? What is the tissue for? But he was making stuff in orders. We found out later he making pocketbooks out of tissue. It's the things that you can make and be so creative in prison. And baby, use those skills when you out there. Okay, out there. Okay, make a hustle, help away, and stop robbing people and doing these bad things. Because you could have been making this stuff out there. I'm talking about some of the prettiest things. I said, somebody made a Gucci bag, okay, out of toilet tissue, okay, and some other stuff too. And I'm like, sir, you did that in your room. That's the Gucci. What? and send it home to his own girlfriend for Christmas. They be very talented. That's all I'm gonna say. And especially the drawers. The ones that can draw. Skills, honey. I be doing my rounds sometimes and they be just... One day, I walked right and this inmate was drawing me. He was drawing me sitting in the booth. I said, hold up, now that look like my face. What you drawing me for? He told me, so, I draw everybody. And sure enough, we went and searched his room one day. He drew every officer that was on his unit. He had a little book, like a little folder, and I'm looking through. He done draw everybody, like everybody. But the creepiest thing that I saw in there where he draw officers that had got stabbed, and they was on the floor bloody everywhere. Sir, what's going on? He said, I draw everything I see. I said, well, what you mean, foreseen or you saw? He was like, what I saw. I don't see nothing in the future. I'm like, yeah, don't draw me if I get down there now. He told me, I got you back. No, don't have me. But either way, you will see all types of talented things in there. And so anyway, we get to the 5th room. I'm thinking like this is going to be a quick stop because I assumed that this particular inmate, because he was always friendly, always talkative, never had no issues with him. You tell him do something, yes ma'am. No, never disrespectful. Even when I seen some officers be disrespectful to him, he never was disrespectful. So I missed that word all the way up. But either way, he was never disrespectful. So I was thinking like, okay, this gonna be some quick. So we gonna call this inmate Julio, okay? Julio was Hispanic. He had to be like 6'3", tall. He had like spike. He used to spike his hair up or whatever, and he used to get in trouble for it all the time because they ain't supposed to spike their hair. But he would make some concoction with the canteen stuff and make his hair stick up, okay? But I like the Julio because Julio was respectful and he was one of my informants, as I like to say. Julio will let you know when something was going on. He will come, as people like to say, drop a dime, let you know, snitch, as you would, to the police. I was the police, whoop, whoop. And he would just walk by me like, look, at 2:30 it's going down. And C-Pod, room CF, C5 or whatever. And then sure enough, 2:30, you watch the camera wherever you at, it be going down, okay? He was one of those one that dropped that nigga and keep walking. He never gave details. If you didn't catch it while he said it fast, you just didn't catch it because he did not repeat stuff. He would say it and got on, okay? So anyway, so I'm thinking like, okay, where, you know, surely ain't nothing gonna be in Julio room when he telling us what's going on, but whatever. He like, go ahead, mommy, go ahead, mommy. I'm like, you know, I told you don't call me that, but you know, that I don't think, you know what I'm saying, if you know the Hispanic culture or you know the Latino culture, you will understand that them calling you a mommy is like girl, like beautiful girl, or it's a woman really. Mommy is something that they say all the time. And you know, they're like girls that say, Papi, baby, we a prince. I am Officer Baker. I ain't your mommy, okay? And I used to get that until I like started dating a Latino, and I understood that just was the way how they talk. But anyway, I was always mommy. Mommy, what's up, mommy? You come in here and do my little search. I ain't got nothing. And whatever. And he would do all this stuff, and he would sit down. And so when I'm searching or whatever, that sometimes the inmates, when they sit in the chair and you're searching and that you bending over and everything, he would say stuff that almost get him right up. Cause he was like, down, Officer Baker, you get thick back there. That man ain't letting you go at night. And I look back and say, chill out now. He, okay, mommy, okay. So, and baby, if you Latino, you watching this and I'm messing this up, leave me alone. I'm trying now. I'm trying now. But hey, mommy, I'm sorry. Mommy. That's what he's saying. I'm like, okay, Julio, okay, let me go and search his room. Because I'm figuring like, I done searched his man room 1,000 times. He is actually one of the rules that when you're selling a rookie or somebody that's fresh in how to search a room, this the room you pick because he not gonna have nothing on him. He was one of those ones that if he was gonna have something, somebody else that was under him, because he was a game member, he was a Latin king, somebody else gonna hold it for him because he has that ring. He's not gonna hold nothing where he know he gonna get time for it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, he would never have nothing on him. So either way, he was like, ain't nothing in there, but he kept laughing. He kept saying, ain't nothing in there. I mean, Ain't nothing in there. Ain't but so I'm thinking in my head, oh, turn up time. We finna find something. Finally, I'm gonna get something on Julio. Okay. So I'm looking through the room. Officer talking to him. It's a male officer with me. We're gonna call him Officer Ted. So Officer Ted is sitting there. So we got Julio and Officer Ted. And y'all, the story time is, if y'all be remembering names, baby, God bless you, good baby. I be messing up now. Look at me shaking the camera. I be messing up names. So I like to write it down so I won't mess it up. But anyway, so Officer Ted, they sitting there talking, Julio talking, so yeah, you watched the game, y'all watched the game. He was like, you watched the game, and they chopping it up, okay? And the whole time, you know, Julio sitting there with his arm across the back, he told him, down, look at Officer Baker, And see, Officer Ted had a crush on me. So I'm not paying no attention, but I hope that he would be a special. He's like, yeah, she is gonna, you know. I'm looking back at Officer Taylor like, he was like, my bad, Officer Baker, I'm sorry. Because he knew he supposed to be respectful, but he would say he loves stuff with the boys too. You know what I'm saying? They all just men. But either way, so they would converse, laugh, and that was it. And then they started whispering and talking about different stuff. I don't know what they were talking about. My goal was to go ahead and do this search so we can, this is the last search to go ahead and get over. So I'm looking through stuff, I'm not finding stuff. I'm looking under pillows, I'm looking under the mattress, I'm unfolding stuff, I'm just looking through everything. I'm finding notes from mama, grandma. And then I noticed that he had all these notes from all these different women. And I'm talking about, yeah, it was like 4 different women, but they always writing him constantly and stuff like that. He told my son, you want to read? You want to read my love? You want to read my love? And I'm like, read your what? He said, yeah, I got 4 loves. You in my business. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Either way, I'm still going through his stuff. He got different lotion. And then they had like a thing like, when you have the container that the stuff is supposed to be in, it's supposed to be in. If y'all get what I'm saying, like if it say Vaseline's supposed to be in there. But knowing the inmate, if you open a Vaseline container, ain't no telling what's gonna be in there. So they will take stuff that's contraband as well. Like when you mixing concoctions that don't have the right label on it, you could take that too. But most of the time, we won't tripping on it unless it had like a strong odor. You know what I'm saying? Like it smell like beer or, you know what I'm saying, liquor or something like that. Or smell like acid, like it smell like it could be a harm or a threat to somebody. We won't tripping on it or whatever. So we looking through, I'm looking through. Okay, and he get to talking. Anytime I get to talking, I'm thinking I'm on something. Okay, he's talking a lot to him now. He's talking to Officer again, and he's just talking. But now he referencing me. Baker, where you work out your calf muscles is starting to look real nice and full. I'm like, Julio, if you don't shut the fuck up, okay? He be like, aye, mommy. You look, I like him rough. He said, Officer Ted, you like him like that? I like him feisty like that. I like him, yeah. She'll cut you, I like. Yeah, she'll cut. I said, and will. He told me, all right, mommy, I like it. No cut, unless you want to. And he would say all types of stuff. So I was like, I'm on something. I'm looking. So when we searching sometimes like that, like if we was in the pie, it was our job to make sure the inmate that we have handcuffs, they got to be protected. So for the most part, during this time, other inmates were out walking around in the pie because it was not lockup time during this time that we were commencing this search. So let's say you got 4 dudes at the table and we're upstairs searching, but you got like nobody really walking around, but every now and then an inmate or 2 will walk. But the inmates were very nosy, so anytime you commencing a search, they will be watching for wherever they eat, okay? And even though we was up top, they were watching for wherever we went, right? And so I noticed that when I was looking out the door past Julio, it was a lot of people that looked concerned, and they were just watching, and they were just watching. So now I found a box of gloves, okay? And so we had gloves that we kept on because, you know, you got to do gloves. Even before you do a search, you put gloves on. Before you do anything, you touching anything in the prison, because prison is dirty. You put gloves on, okay? Now, they could have gloves, but they could not have a whole box of gloves. So this man had like a box. So I found a box of gloves. I'm thinking like, Julio, why do you need a whole box of gloves? He said, it's dirty in this motherfucker. What you mean? And I'm like, Julio, you know you ain't supposed to have nothing. You supposed to take. Now they could take a lot out of the box, but they couldn't have the whole box. And so I'm taking the gloves out because sometimes some people will take the box and hide it for other contraband. I ain't finding nothing. Put the gloves back in. Then I'm searching and he said, oh, you don't want to go in there. And I was like, what? So there's like this little trash can he done made, and it's like a round trash can. I can't describe it, but it's like, you know how a little trash can that you would put in your bathroom. He had made one out of a box, so it was like he maybe got some mail or something, or like I don't know how he ended up with a box, but he worked in a warehouse, so he probably got a box from the warehouse. But it was small enough to make like a little trash can. But I had searched everywhere. I found a box, and then when I'm searching some more, I found 3 other boxes. And it was just a whole bunch of gloves. Okay? Dun-dun, dun-dun. And let's see, my head, he getting nervous. He doing all this talking. Hey, yo, baby, you ain't gotta. And he just talking. I'm thinking like, hello, shut up. Like, I'm gonna do this, whatever this is. And so, dudes are walking by now. You got black dudes walking by. They like, Baker, don't go in that motherfucker. Baker, this ain't what you want. Baker, you might not want to touch that. And it's a lot of people. So you got white dudes, black dudes, Latino. He go. And they not wanting, but everybody is just like, don't do it, Baker. Don't go in there. And so I'm thinking like, I'm preparing my mind that, oh, it's time to fight. Like, I'm going to have to fight because he got a phone in here. And anytime they had a phone, most of the inmates, they want to fight about their phone because they got a lot of information that can incriminate them to get more charges, or just got information that they don't want us, the police, to know. So, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes they be ready. At the prison for 9 years, I had to fight 5 times. I'm talking about brutally fight 5 times, okay? Because I found a phone, okay? I'm talking about fight for my very life, okay? If I did not have, I feel like this, if I didn't have the Holy Spirit working for me, and y'all can believe in what you want to believe in, or some people be like, something told me, if that something in my head did not tell me to move at the right time or block at the right time, I wouldn't be here talking to you, because I'd be knocked out or somewhere drooling on myself right now. Because when these men that I found phone attack, baby, when you heard the wind of the gust, if it connect, brain damage instantly. Like, that's how bad of the force it would have been. You know what I'm saying? So, I prepared my mind like, Lord, I don't want to fight Julio. I like Julio. Julio, alright, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, alright, dude. He annoying sometimes, but he's alright, dude. But I'm thinking like, that's what I'm thinking, because they were like, no, you don't want to do that. And everybody's warning, Baker, don't go in there. Baker, leave that boss alone, man. I'm like, what's in the hand of that boss? So I already called the SARS. You know what I'm saying? SARS 21 to, and I think 21 was like a phone call, but I think it was I forgot what the what's the name, and I got to talk to one of my co-workers, but basically 21 to where you were at. So basically come to the room where we at. And I'm like, I'm in C-Pod, I'm in C-F, I'm in C, let's put this upstairs. I'm at C-46. I always say we in 48. C-48 or whatever. He said, I'm on the 10-4, he on the way. So I'm assuming we're going to have to fight. So let me go ahead and call. I'm going to go ahead and call. I didn't call no code and nothing like that, because like I said, I don't know what's going on. So Sarge enters the pod, and he's walking up the stairs, and everybody making all this big commotion. Sarge, tell Baker to leave that shit alone, man. Tell Baker to leave that shit alone. So before you know anything, Baker now opened up this box, right? And I found the video I showed you. It was like all these gloves wrapped in a circle of motion. I'm talking about it was big and it was warm. I'm talking about it was very warm and it was heavy, like it had water in it. And I'm thinking like, oh my God, maybe I done found a little bomb. I didn't know what it was. So I'm unwrapping the girls, unwrapping the thing. He said, don't touch it, don't touch it. So Julio like, hey, my man, no, put it down, no, don't touch it. And he is losing his mind. Don't touch it, put that down. Before I know it, the balloon or whatever he had made, the video, I'm gonna put it up now. The video he had made, it busted open, and nuts flew everywhere. I'm talking about on my uniform, someone hanging from my eyelashes, someone hanging off my eyebrow. I'm like, someone hanging off my lip. I said, what is this? The inmates down there going crazy. I mean, just, Becky, you got that shit on your lip. Becky, we told you not to fucking go in there. And I'm thinking like, what the fuck is it? Because it's sticky and it's hot. You know what I'm saying? It's hot. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck it is? He's like, man, God, you got my kids on your lips. I said, no, the fuck. No. So I'm like, He said, I'm sorry, mommy. I'm sorry, mommy. You got your keys on my lips. Your keys. No, this is not your keys. He said, your keys. Your keys is on my lips. I said, oh, dude. So the SARS done ran up there because I'm screaming. I'm like, man. Like, I am. It's bad, y'all. So the crazy thing about it is when they were whispering, he had already told him, like, if she go in that box and I go to tripping, he already told Officer T that the Fifi was in there. And that's what they call it. It's homemade pussy guys, okay? If you don't get it, I can't, they make him, okay? They make him. I show you the video, but I didn't know. And he had just finished he had just finished that, so I didn't know that. I didn't know. Okay, that's what we had to stop him from doing. Cause he was like, when we got to the door, hello, give me a minute, gather myself. I open the door for you, no problem. So I'm sitting there on the floor with Julio kids running out my mouth in the place. Sir, I want to go home. Sorry, I want to go home. He was like, no, you can go just take our showers on that. And I went to take a shower and everything. I changed my clothes. You always know to bring like extra, you know what I'm saying? They got extra uniforms and all that if you ain't got that. But you need to bring the extra stuff that goes on or whatever. So I was like, I want to be in the booth the rest of the day or I want to go home. Either one, I don't want to be around him. So y'all, for a whole month and a half, he said, I'm sorry. But he would always say, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. He was so apologetic. But every other part I went, when the baby do? When is the baby do? Because you know you had that on your lips. I know you're pregnant. I know you're pregnant. Becca, that's what you get. They would talk to me. Becca, that's what you get. Always searching people's room. Is that what you get? I'm talking about in it, y'all. It went everywhere. That man had something to get off of him. He was like, yeah. Julio was so apologetic. He did not, because for one, that was something that he was doing to, get by, you know what I'm saying? I done went in his room thinking I done found something, I ain't found nothing, okay? I found something, but I ain't want to say. But y'all, I was so disgusted. Every time I seen that man, my skin would boil like, you nasty, but I knew what to look for. But y'all, found out later on, Julio was the one that was making them for everybody, okay? And so that's why he had all those boxes of gloves, because he was known in the prison for making the best one that feel just like if you was in that, if you was in there, okay? He was known for it, and the inmates will pay him canteen, whatever. They were paying him whatever he asked for. They were paying him, and that's why he would always have those box of gloves. But see, I didn't know he was a Gucci blood. I didn't know he was a FIFO blood. I did not know he was making, because I used to always say, Julio, everybody got a hustle in here. I seen some people braid, I see people braid. What's yours? And he used to always laugh. He said, no, mommy, you ain't gonna wrap me up. No, mommy, you ain't gonna wrap me up. And I never got why he would never tell me what his special skill was. So yeah, he was a Fifi maker, okay? And so after that, the next day I went to the hospital, y'all, because you know what I'm saying, that's nasty. I don't know that man from a hill of beans, okay? And I don't know what kind of diseases or nothing you got, y'all. I went to the hospital. Matter of fact, I went to the hospital when I got off of work. I did. I went home, got everything situated, and I went to the hospital. Y'all, imagine being in the hospital and had to tell these people why in the heck you in there. But I had to tell them. So I'm in the hospital. And it's taking them forever. You know what I'm saying? They check me in or whatever. I done clean myself real good. But I still just want to make sure I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as like the medical records and all that stuff like that, once you expose to this type of stuff, by HIPAA law, they can't tell you everything, but they did inform me that the last time he got tested was like 10 days ago, and he didn't test for anything, but I still didn't care. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want no bump coming on my lip or anything. You know what I'm saying? You never know, because a lot of the inmates were having sex with the other, you know what I'm saying? And 10 days ago, he could have hit about 10 niggas. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what Julio was doing. I mean, we know what Julio was doing, but hey. We don't know, okay? Some people greedy, but either way, I went and get tested. So I'm in the hospital, right? And God knows, my nurse was named Sarah. I'll never forget her because she was so nice, and I was so nervous to tell her while I was in there. Cause you know they're gonna ask a question, okay? Well, what brings you here and stuff? Because I wouldn't tell the front desk people. I just told them I don't feel good. You know what I'm saying? And then they get me to the back. And it's time to talk about why I'm really in here. And I told her, I work in the prison. I went and did a search, and she was like, "Oh, so you're hurt?" And I'm thinking like, my feelings. And I tell her everything that happened. And so she was like, well, where was the substance? She was calling me a substance, but what was the liquor? You know what I'm saying? It was where it was at or whatever. I said it was everywhere. I mean, on my eyelash, on my anything. And of course, by this time, when I came in there, I ain't had no eyelash, and I took everything off. I don't rub my face raw, okay? And so she was like, did it fall anywhere else and stuff like that? So they run tests. Of course, they run STD tests and anything. The HELP test, a lot of stuff, tuberculosis, a whole bunch of stuff. They ran tests on everything to make sure I'm good, and everything came out okay. And I was scared though, because I'm thinking like, you know what I'm saying, I could have just exposed myself to anything, you know what I'm saying, anything, you know what I'm saying, trying to be a good officer. But either way, checked out okay. And then I finally had to tell Julio I forgive him, because every day I saw he was so apologetic, and I wouldn't say nothing to him. I roll my eyes, walk off, or cuss at him. I'm like, don't fucking say nothing to you, dirty bitch. Like I used to give Julio a hard time, and it was my fault. If you think about it, you went in there and he said come in here and get your hand wet. He did not say that, girl. You came in there just trying to do your job though. You were told to go. So either way, massage, he laughed about it. When it was like, as soon as he walked up the stairs, it was too late. As soon as I opened up the thing, it went everything. He was like, Baker, no. And he was grinning with them. Everybody was laughing. I'm the only one that he was trying to get still when he saw I was upset. I'm like, it's everywhere. He's a Baker, no. Too late. Everywhere. Drip. Like, yeah. I will never forget Julio. But Julio is out. I seen Julio at the grocery store. Julio has a very beautiful wife named Tina. Hey, shout out to Tina. And the reason why I say her name, because I told her I was gonna tell her story, her man's story, so she already knew. I'm gonna tell her man's story. I just told her I don't know what I'm gonna say her, but she was like, say my name for real. Now, I'm not going to say what Julio's name is, but she said, say my name for real. Like, say your name. She's like, yes. Because Tina is black, okay? Okay? Tina is black. She's like, girl, you can say my name. I don't care about that. But anyway, I told her I'm not going to say his name, whatever. But she said, yeah. Because I seen Julio. I was at Family Dollar. Nope. I was at Food Line. I was at the grocery store. And he said, Officer Baker, what's going on with you? He told me, so you look a little different outside the clock. And this particular day, I went somewhere with my friends, and when I went with my friend, I had on a two-piece outfit. And when I say two-piece, like with a crop top outfit on or whatever, and they ain't seeing me in no crop top with my hair all the way down to my booty hole. Not the prison, everything up in a bun, not touching your neck and all that, just little earrings. I got the big earrings on, baby. He ain't never seen me like that. He said, Becky, you look different on the car. You better than a mother. He said, I told you. That's what they be looking like. You know what I'm saying? They be trying to hide under that uniform, babe. There they go. But he was like, remember that story I told you about? That's her. I said, oh my God, I was so embarrassed. I was just going to walk on me and say, she told me something. No, it's okay. It's okay. She said, I'd rather him doing that than doing none of the men or whatever. And then she came to me. He won't do no other men. Tell me now, because I'll leave his ass. And I was like, first of all, I don't know about it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never caught him with no allegations or whatever. He was a Fifi plug though. He told me, she said, yeah, he told me all about it. I was like, Lord have mercy. But anyway, I was like, y'all have a nice night. I went on about my business, and they were a cute couple. They were a little cute couple. They had got married and everything. She had a little ring on her. I said, what you doing now? He said, construction. You know I'm doing that. I'm construction. And he was driving trucks, okay? So he was staying out the street. He said it's time to settle down. She ain't playing that. She real street. She stricter than y'all. I said, this street? Yeah, very street. I can't do nothing, mommy. Like I said, he never gave me any issues or whatever. And so she asked like a few questions. Anytime somebody know you work in a prison, they ask a lot of questions. So she was like, girl, you won't never trying to, what? I'm like, no, I don't know. She was like, girl, because I know my man fine. You won't never, you ain't never get a look. I said, no, baby, if you be around them enough, you know what I'm saying? They just like, they annoying, baby. They like next, okay? No. If you looked at somebody, you thought, they fine. Give it a month. Give it a week. Give it 2 weeks. They gonna do something. They get on your last nerve. You can be like, or at least that's how it was for me. I don't know about everybody. Everybody else might feel in love, but for me, I just be like. But anyway, that is it. That is the story time. I don't know what I'm gonna name this story, y'all. I should name it I Played in It. But knowing me, I come up with something crafty. Anyway, I thank you for watching yet another story time. I want you to do me a big favor. Hype this video up. Make sure you like, comment, share, do all the things. And I will see y'all guys on the next video. Make sure y'all visit those descriptions too. Make sure y'all check out my Amazon registry and y'all buy me a little gift or something or whatnot. Okay. My birthday is coming up November the 24th, so cash out me that 37 because you know it's Team 37 over here. And also I just wrote this book called Crown On. Okay, make sure all my queens go get it. Run, get that. Anyway, I will see y'all on the next video. Bye, Bessies. Bye. Thanks for watching.